Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Gayatri Persaud. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. We want to warn you, some of the video in this first story are graphic and may be disturbing to some viewers. The United States government has now formally accused Russian forces of committing war crimes in Ukraine. Officials with global criminal justice say they have proof Russia is intentionally attacking hospitals, schools, and movie theaters, killing hundreds of civilians. Children are arriving from Ukraine in the European Union every second. And new aerial images in the city of Mariupol show widespread destruction from relentless Russian attacks. The United Nations humanitarian chief calls the city the center of hell in Ukraine. U.S. President Joe Biden is in Brussels now for an emergency meeting with NATO leaders to respond to the war in Ukraine. This is a look inside the room where the intense meetings will take place. Biden is prepared to unveil more sanctions on Russian political leaders during the meeting and show that the U.S. stands with its allies. A European Council and G7 meeting will also take place on Thursday. Before President Biden left the country, he left a message for two members of his council on sports, fitness, and nutrition: quit or get fired. The White House sent a letter to Hershel Walker and Dr. Mehmet Oz asking them to resign. Both men were appointed by former President Donald Trump, and both men have declared they are running for the Senate. But according to the White House, it is against the rules to have candidates for federal office serve on presidential boards. Oz blasted the request and said, quote, "I am proud of my service and I will not resign." So far, no word yet from Walker. A federal judge has ruled that former President Donald Trump will not be testifying at the trial of Capitol rioter Reggie Walton. Walton's defense team argued that Trump and his allies provoked the crowd on January 6th and encouraged the violence at the Capitol. But the judge ruled that a defendant should not be allowed to shift blame. Some judges have agreed Trump did play a role in what happened on that day, but the judge in Walton's trial responded by saying, "Those who spoke at the rally are not the ones on trial." We have some good news to tell you. Health officials say It appears as if the U.S. is getting the upper hand on the COVID-19 pandemic. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention predicts less than 13,000 people may die from the virus over the next 4 weeks. That's nearly a 50% drop from the previous prediction and the lowest that number has been thus far this year. The CDC also says hospitalizations may decrease between now and mid-April. Whew. CEOs at several major airline companies may have heard about the CDC report too. Executives from American Airlines, Delta, Hawaiian Airlines, and United Airlines all signed and sent a letter to President Biden urging him to end the transportation mask mandate, as well as the testing requirement for international travelers. Earlier this month, the White House said the mask mandate would end on April 18th, but agreed to consult with the CDC on whether it could end sooner and under what circumstances the mask mandate could be brought back. Finally, Hollywood honored one of the entertainment industry's leading men of color, Morris Chestnut. Chestnut has been acting in movies and on television for over 2 decades, and on Wednesday, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He is best known for his roles in films like Boys in the Hood, The Brothers, and The Best Man. His star is the 2,716th star added to the famous LA tourist attraction since the Walk of Fame debuted in 1961. I've seen a lot of his movies. He is so talented. I love watching his movies. I love him. Congratulations. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. Then this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for a live panel of diverse guests to discuss the hot topics of the week. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon. Have a great day.